Hello there. Alright, David, so we are going to try to play Smells Like Teen Spirit, intro slash chorus, as well as the verse part. Good news is the verse part is, so you're going to be able to handle that. So, this is a good example of a song where we do all three things. We play actual notes, we click, and we use the open strings in between. I'm going to play the whole thing one time, then we'll dissect it a little more. Cool. So, first of all, I'm at the first fret, and I would like you to isolate this part and get good at it before you move on. It's going to be imperative that we're in good thumb position. This can be executed with bad technique, but it's going to be trickier. When we're playing power chords, for instance here, first fret, third fret, and you might see Kurt doing it this way, he's by far in the minority. Actually, sometimes you'll hear him accidentally get an extra string, so we're going to go ahead and do it like most of us for a 3-note power chord. And like we noticed last time, those are the 3 lowest notes in a bar chord, or a power chord. And while we're at it, they don't say I'm major or I'm minor. It's just an octave, 2 Fs, and a C, just as I'm F. So left hand wise, my first finger is making contact with these strings. So when I strum, I'm hitting all 6 strings. We need to be hitting this really with normal attack and a wide range of motion. I'm going to do this slower. Watch over here. So I'm actually all the way up here and all the way down there. That means that when I'm strumming, I'm hitting note, 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 click, click, click. You know, my first finger's just pushing down right there. Otherwise, it's making contact with the strings. One of the reasons that sounds cool is that we're going and at the same time. It's actually built into the sound of a power chord is that it goes. So we are doing both at once. Awesome. So down, up, down. 1 and 2 and 3. Cool, now we're about to go chicka chicka. Down up, we cease to push down and just touch the strings while maintaining this shape. If you're pushing down at all, you'll get sound. If you're just touching the strings, you'll get click. And it's the same range of motion. Cool. So I would like you to just work on that on its own. And if you find your thumb creeping up and so forth, realize you're finding ways to do it, but it's going to be a bummer in the long run. So this is where my thumb is. We're here, but not this, any of that stuff. Cool. So we're going to now just move down. Everything moves down about, and always, just as always, really minimizing the amount of movement required to go from on these 3 strings to on strings 5, 4, and 3. So from to here. In fact, you could just zero in on that and go, here's my left hand. Minimal change whatsoever. So how about, so in the actual song we go, and then we go to the new chord. We go down, down, up, down, down, up, dum, da, dum, chicka, chicka. Let's just try to get to there. I know it sounds like, and that's in there, but it's really. So yeah, it would work on that, and as always, allow for a stage where you do it out of rhythm, where you don't start over. If you play out of rhythm, where you don't switch to your playing headspace, but just learn the dance steps so you can dance. So we've already had clicks, but we haven't gone. Left hand overview of the entire song is we do that here, and then we have the exact same thing occur at the 4th and 6th fret. And I mean, everything's the same about it. So at the end, the time where we get up there, are those last two that I actually did this just to be demonstrative. We want to maintain this shape and move as little as possible. But that's actually and I would think of section getting to there. So we're play, 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 clicking, clicking, play, playing, open, play, playing, open, play, playing, open, boom. And that's the hardest left-hand bit, is getting to there, making sure your thumb moves. This is all shoulder, elbow movement. If you're like this, it'll present other problems, but we're like this. Cool. So the same exact thing occurs at the 4th fret. So that's us. And hearing that, what can always sound weird, especially if you pause there, if I'm like, that really sounds wrong. But in passing, it's literally what he's doing. You'll hear it in there. Cool. So there's us. And so we've got the clicks in the chord, which is what we do. We don't go, and that wouldn't even, so that's why it sounds so cool. Is that we've got 10. Cool. And there's your sweet, super easy verse part. I'm on the 1st fret of strings 2 and 3, going bar. We wouldn't do that this way, because we might actually do something else after it that involves the rest of our hand. So this is like if you ever tried to play F, but it's the easiest bar ever. 2 frets, 2 strings. And you can just do this if you want, but you're pretty quickly going to end up going back to the previous part when you get to the chorus, which is the same as the intro. But yeah, only so much to say about that. The bass part's like, the chorus just, and then it goes. And back to that. So there's the good news. If you get to the verse part, you can totally get one of these in, or like lighter or whatever between parts. While we're at it, that can be played here. Or here I'm playing the C here at the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Same tune notes. Definitely we want to play it down here, because we're about to go do that again. So that's a really thorough discussion of going. And there we are. That is what we're doing in that song. And the only part we haven't covered is the breakdown part. The entire rest of it is literally one of those 2 things happening. So get after it. Allow for a stage where you're just playing out of rhythm, going over it. If you invent a slightly different version of it that is more suited to your old technique, it's going to be a huge percentage harder to wrestle it back into good technique. So try to make yourself eliminate rhythm and eliminate the need to get through the whole thing and make it sound musical. You're learning the dance steps, then you're going to dance. It's way more fun to do the second thing, but we're on the first thing sometimes. So sorry I missed you. I'm going to assume we're down for your regular time on Tuesday, 1646 Berkeley Way, number 8. Cheers.